In this one, let's take a look at deciding whether something like x plus 2 is a factor of x squared minus 2x minus 8 using the factor remainder theorem. So to answer this question, let's just refresh our memory of something. Take a look. Imagine you answer this question instead, so we understand what these are. The motivation could be asked this way, okay? For example, is 4 a factor of, for example, 20? So you answer that by simply dividing 20 by 4. So you do 20 divided by 4. Now, how many times does 4 go into 25 times? So 5 times 4 is 20, then you subtract that off. And you end up on the bottom here with a value of 0. This 0 is the remainder. Okay, remember, this is the remainder. So when you do a division and the remainder is 0, that tells you in this case that 4 is a factor of 20. Okay, because the remainder is 0. You apply that same logic exactly to this. So let's work one of these. I'm going to take x squared minus 2x minus 8 and divide it by x plus 2 using synthetic division. So I'm going to set up my synthetic division. I draw a line this way, this way. In the top row, you put the coefficients from x squared minus 2x minus 8. So here it's just the first coefficient is 1, right here in front of it. The next one is negative 2, and then that constant negative 8. And you're dividing, again, that x plus 2, you always take the opposite of what you see. So you're going to put negative 2 over here for that reason. Remember, that is so because x plus 2 really means x minus a negative 2. The two negatives give a positive. And now, let's go and apply the process of synthetic division. If the remainder is 0, then x plus 2 is a factor of x squared minus 2x minus 8. So take a look. You bring this straight down, okay, and then you continue as follows. 1 times negative 2, well, that is equal to negative 2. Then you add straight down, so negative 2 plus negative 2, that's equal here to negative 4. Then you multiply negative 4 times negative 2 on the outside, that's positive 8, that goes here. Then you add straight down. Notice that in this position I get a value of 0. Because this is the remainder in synthetic division, you'd answer the part that says select an answer. The remainder when you divide is, the answer would be that the following, okay? So x plus 2 is a factor of that expression of x squared minus 2x minus 8. And when you divide x squared minus 2x minus 8 by x plus 2, the remainder is 0. Let's do a couple more of these for extra practice. They all follow the same logic though. Let's take a look at the next one here. Again, I'm going to do 4x squared plus 10x minus 24. I'm going to divide by 2x minus 3. In this one, I'm going to use long division of polynomials. So just for example, I'm going to say following 4x squared plus 10x minus 24. And then here, I'm going to put 2x minus 3. Let's carry out the long division of the polynomial. The same logic applies. If the remainder is 0, then 2x minus 3 is a factor of 4x squared plus 10x minus 24. So here, this is side work. You first take 4x squared and you divide by 2x. You're first dividing this by this. That's going to give you here 2x, and that comes up here in the top. You're making the first term in the quotient. Now remember, you multiply it this way and this way. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. And then, let me erase the arrows so the work doesn't get too cluttered up. And then remember, you add straight down. So, this is on x. You change the signs here. So this is now negative, this is positive. You then carry everything down. So, these two cancel their opposites. That's 16x minus 24. And then you repeat this. So, let's see here. Again, you take 16x and divide by 2x. So 16x divided by 2x equals 8. So that now comes up here. Put this as up here. Let me get rid of the underlining. Underline this and this. So here we're going to have 8 times the 2x. That's going to give me 16x. 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. But then you change the signs at this step. So this becomes negative, this positive. You add straight down. 16x, negative 16x, 0. Negative 24 plus 24, 0. So you observe that this is the remainder. I call that REM. You see that that's equal to 0. So you would say that up here, the remainder when you divide is 0. In other words, is 2x minus 3 a factor of that trinomial? The answer is yes. Okay? So it's a factor. Let's do one more for practice. Same logic applies. Again, this I'm going to do synthetic division so it's faster. So I'm going to put the coefficients of x squared minus 2x minus 15 are 1, negative 2, and negative 15. I'm going to divide by x minus 3. Again, remember that you always take the opposite. So when it says x minus 3, you put just positive 3 over here. And then you set up the division, so you carry this down to a 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Negative 2 plus that 3, that's going to give me here positive 1. And then 1 again times 3, that's going to give me a 3 in this position. I add straight down. Negative 15 plus 3 will be negative 12. And notice that this remainder here, this is the remainder, okay? Remainder is not 0. So for that reason, you would say, is x minus 3 a factor of that trinomial? No. You would select a choice that says it's not a factor. The remainder when you divide is negative 12. And that's how you answer these. Thanks.